Hi, my name is Lily and welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably guess from the title, I am going to be doing the small booktuber tag. I know everyone has different definitions of what a small booktuber actually is, but considering at the moment I only have 300 subscribers, I definitely think under anyone's definition I would count as small. I wasn't tagged by anyone to do this, but I thought it sounded fun, so I was going to do it anyway. Similarly, I won't be tagging anyone at the end, but if you're watching this and you're a small booktuber, you can consider yourself tagged if you would like to do this tag. So the first question is to introduce yourself. So my name is Lily. I used to be the channel A Home for the Lost, which was my old blog name, but now that I'm definitely more books focused, I decided to rebrand a couple of weeks ago actually to Literary Lily, and I am really excited about that. I am 22, I live in Berkshire in England, and I live on my own with a cat who is about, I want to say 7 or 8 months old now, and my boyfriend is currently my support bubble during COVID, so he comes and stays with me at the weekends. I work in telecoms and technology. I am a technology graduate on a rotation scheme at a company in the UK, and at the moment my job is focused on migrating people between different tools, so that's quite interesting for me. I know some of the questions later on are going to be asking more questions about my booktube habits and my reading habits, so I will give you some more background information that's non-bookish. I went to the University of York and I got a bachelor's in chemistry. I didn't particularly enjoy my university experience or my degree, which is why I'm doing something very different now, but I was very lucky to get some good friends out of it. But I would say most of my sort of life now outside of work revolves around books and bookish activities. I do try to keep fit and active. I used to run every day but haven't been able to in the winter because where I live doesn't have street lights. I also do yoga here and there. I used to be a lot more into it, but university kind of wrecked that. But yes, I think it's kind of hard because most of my life does revolve around books and bookish activities. Question number 2 is how long have you been on BookTube? I posted my first video back in June 2020, and I think I really started doing this more seriously back in September of 2020. But yes, so it's been, what, that's like 6, nearly 7 months now, and I think I'm doing pretty well. I wasn't really sure how this would go because I've seen some people have this massive, like, meteoric rise to fame on BookTube, I would say, or even just like a middling rise up to several thousands very quickly, and then there's a lot of us who have a more gradual growing, and I'm not mad about that. I'm glad that people are interested and watching my videos, and I've also made some really great friends. Question number 3 is what kind of videos do you make? At the moment I'm just going with wherever the mood takes me. I will film whichever videos I enjoy watching and want to make and have things to talk about. I'd like to do some more discussion videos on books about disability with Own Voices Disability Rep because I don't think that's talked enough about on BookTube. But right now I'm still kind of finding my feet and I don't feel like there's anything that's particularly my niche. I just like talking about books and whatever I've been doing lately. My favourite videos to film are my monthly wrap-ups because that's when I get to talk to you about every single book that I've read. I'm hoping to eventually start vlogging, but I don't know how I'm going to work that into my daily life yet. I thought I would start doing that after I moved out of my parents' house in August, but it just hasn't been practical yet. But hopefully I'll be able to figure out a way of vlogging that will work for me really soon. Question 4 is what do you love about BookTube? And honestly, the biggest thing that I love is finding out about books that I wouldn't have heard of and knowing which books are amazing. BookTube has really pointed me in the direction of some amazing series like Six of Crows and Strange the Dreamer. So I used to just kind of go in and pick up books based on their covers when I was not on bookish internet spaces, whereas now I kind of listen to people and see what they're talking about, listen to the hype and read the reviews, and that's really helped to guide me and has made the quality of my reading so much better. Question number 5 is what types of books do you read? Now this is an interesting question to answer right now because I'm definitely in a transition period with my reading tastes. I used to mostly read young adult contemporary with some young adult fantasy and sci-fi in there, but now I would say my main genre, and this is confirmed by my reading stats towards the latter half of the year last year, my main genre is definitely fantasy, and at the moment young adult fantasy, but I am starting to dabble into adult fantasy. I also really like sci-fi, and actually sci-fi is my favourite genre, and I think young adult sci-fi is probably what I prefer. But the genre that I think is really on the rise for me is adult romance. I've just ordered 3 more adult romances and I'm really excited. It's a genre that I used to think I'd never get into until I kind of realised it's just the grown-up version of YA contemporary. We just call them YA contemporary rather than YA romances. So I don't know why I didn't realise that sooner. But yes, I'm getting really into adult romance now and I'm really enjoying it. To make this answer a little bit shorter, my main genres going forward are young adult fantasy, sci-fi and adult romance. Question number 6 is what's your favourite video you've made so far? And I think it's probably going to be my do I have that book tag or do I have that trope tag? I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of those ones where you have to like find books on your shelves when someone reads you a prompt. And the reason it's my favourite is because I filmed this one with my boyfriend and it was just really fun and the dynamic between us was really great, and I'm hoping to film some more videos together soon because that would be really fun. And yeah, that was probably my favourite one. It was just a real good laugh for the 2 of us. So that is the whole tag. This is going to be a really short video. I hope that gives you a little bit more of an insight into who I am as a person and as a booktuber. It was nice to give you a little bit of background on my life outside of BookTube as well. So if you have any questions for me, please put them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to see more content from me. All of my social media links are down in the description below. If you want to leave me a comment to let me know you are here, leave me a little leaf emoji. Thank you for watching. Bye!